Your boss won't listen to you. Your spouse doesn't listen to you. Your kids barely know you're alive. But here at The Fan, we love and appreciate you.
Just when we learn to appreciate what a huge wussy you are.
This is the show for the people, by the people. It's The Fan Call-In Show.
Presented by the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Here are the leaders of the Lunatic Fringe, Scotty Vegas and Ryan Baker.
It is The Fan Call-In Show. This is going to be a fantastic hour. I'm Scotty Vegas with Dave Biddle, but it really doesn't matter who we are on this show because you guys are the star of this show. We open up the phone lines immediately, and the number, 614-821-9710, 614-821-9710. And the great thing is we've got prizes galore to give out today to some of the top calls. Here's the deal. I got a $50 Visa gift card we're going to give out, and then I've got ESPN Bet dining credits at the Hollywood Casino Columbus. You can win those throughout the show today. Dave, good to see you. An extra hour with you. I'm thrilled to do it with you.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like the first show was like we hadn't seen each other in a couple weeks. You know, now it's like, long time no see, Scott. Good to do a show with you here. But no, this is fun. You know, Ryan is obviously taking a very well-deserved week off. So, good to be doing the show again. I was in here last week doing the call-in show. I like this addition we've made this year, man. It's a fun show. Yeah,
and I wanted to get into this, and I want to get the listeners' opinion on this. And when you call in, you can make the case, your argument, and then again, we got the gift cards, the Visa gift card, and the dining credits to give out. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what's the next Ohio team to win a championship. We're excluding the Ohio State Buckeye football team because obviously they're coming off a national championship. So the list is Bengals, Browns, Cavs, Reds, Guardians, and Ohio State Hoops.
What about Blue Jackets?
And Blue Jackets.
Crew?
Yep. No, we're not including the Crew because they've won a championship relatively recently, right? A couple years ago.
They've won a couple relatively recently.
Yeah, so we're excluding them.
This decade.
We're kind of going down the list. We are including the Blue Jackets. So it's Bengals, Browns, OSU Hoops, Cavs, Reds, Guardians, Blue Jackets. Who's the next to actually get it done? And then you and I are going to kind of go through all of them and kind of assess what's the chances they win a championship in our lifetime. So we're both, we're in our 40s, right? So we're going to look for next 30 years. What's the chances the Blue Jackets win a Stanley Cup? What's the chances OSU Hoops wins a national championship? We're going to do that, but we want your opinion here on the Fan Call-In Show, 614-821-9710. Now, let me ask you this first as we got calls coming in. Dave, of all those, who to you is most likely to be the next one to win a championship in the state of Ohio? Bengals, Browns, OSU Hoops, Cavs, Reds, Guardians, Blue Jackets.
Cavs come to mind first. Like the Bengals were so close. The one year they got to the Super Bowl, I mean, that was a nip and tuck game, and you think if they can just get their defense to be average, they've got a chance. But I'll say the Cavs because, now listen, I think even if they win the East, it's going to be really tough because whoever wins the West is going to be like a brutal team to try and beat. But the East is wide open, and the Cavs had the best record in the East this year. They got banged up in the playoffs. Things didn't go their way. But with Tatum out for the year next year, Halliburton out for the year, I do think the Orlando Magic are going to be good, but the Cavs are going to be right there as the best team in the East, one of the best teams. So they've got a really good chance of getting to the finals next year. And then anything can happen. Maybe, this Western juggernaut, whoever makes it, could be dealing with injuries of their own. So I was tempted to go with my Bengals, but I'll go with the Cavs.
Okay, so that's kind of the way I was leaning to, just because they had such a great regular season, right? Cavs makes sense. Going through it, Bengals, to me, because you've got one of the top quarterbacks, have to be near the top of that list. OSU Hoops, to me, gosh, you can turn around in college basketball very quickly, right? Like with the transfer portal, you can make it happen. The other ones, the Guardians, the Reds, the Blue Jackets, to me, feel a long way off. So I guess if I were to do a top three, and we're talking about teams, Ohio teams most likely to win a championship next, and we're excluding Ohio State hoops, we're excluding Ohio State football because they won it all last year, and the Crew because they won one recently as well. I would probably go number one Bengals because of Burrow, number two Cavs, and then number three is probably OSU Hoops for me because I think you can turn things around in college basketball relatively quickly with one good year of transfer portal additions.
All right, let's head out to the phone lines. Our leadoff batter is Joe. Welcome to the show, Joe.
Good morning, guys. So I might be drinking the Kool-Aid here, but I've got the Reds. I think you guys are missing the boat. We're above 500. They got Ellie for a couple more years. The pitching's decent. We've got Steer. We've got some good batters behind him. Austin, hey, I think those guys are going to show good. We're going to make the playoffs this year. I think you guys are sleeping on them. The Bengals had their shot. I think Burrow is in the other part of his career. And the Cavs, last year was it for me. They had it. And I know they had some hiccups in the playoffs, but that was their year to do it. So I'm going to go with the Reds.
I love it. I hope you're right. I'm a huge Reds fan, and I'm with you. I mean, if you look at it, even this year, if Hunter Green was healthy, if they could have been healthier this year, they'd be even, higher above 500 in my opinion. And you're right. I mean, guys like Chase Burns coming behind, Rhett Lauder's banged up, but they've done a really good job in the draft. Have Ellie for another 4 years, unless they trade him before that, 4 years after this one. You have a future Hall of Fame manager in Tito Francona, who just wins everywhere he goes. So, yeah, I hope you're right. I would love to see the Reds win for the first time since 1990.
So, okay, if we're saying we're in our 40s, let's say next 30 years would be our lifetime, or next 40 years would be our lifetime. Let's go through this list. Bengals win a Super Bowl. I think absolutely with Joe Burrow, that window is there. I think there's a good chance that they can get it done. Browns, Super Bowl in the next 40 years. I have a little bit more doubt as far as that goes, just because of the history of the franchise. And I know the Bengals history isn't fantastic either, but the way things are trending, I have a hard time with the Browns. OSU hoops. If I asked you the question, will they win a national championship in the next 40 years? Would you say yes or no?
I'd say no.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we saw them get to one national championship game in our lifetime. I don't know, man. I just feel like we were so spoiled during the Mata era. I hope I'm wrong. That'd be great to see them. I mean, they've only won one ever, 1960. Got to the championship game the next 2 years and lost to Cincinnati, 61-62. So, yeah, hopefully. But no, if I was betting, you give me 0.5 for the rest of my life, I would take the under on Ohio State men's basketball national championships.
That pains me that you just said that. That pains me. However,
this will not pain you, though.
They were in a national championship game. They've been to multiple Final Fours.
Yeah.
I don't think they're as crazy far off. And again, in college hoops, you get a couple recruits, couple additions in the transfer portal. I don't think it's absolutely crazy for winning a national championship.
All right, let's head back out to the phone lines and hear from Nate. Welcome to the show, Nate.
Hey, how's it going?
We're doing great. How about yourself?
Not too bad. So, my pick for at least the next 30 years, hopefully within the next 5 or 6 years, Blue Jackets. Obviously, I think the Buckeyes can do it again fairly recently, especially football, women's hockey, even men's hockey. But Blue Jackets, I think they're real close. I mean, they've got the right coach, I think, in place. They've got Fantilli, they've got Kent Johnson, they've got the right pieces, and they just need to buckle down and get there. And I think that's the next step here is going with that. And I'd love to say that the Browns or Bengals can do it, but they can't. And like the last caller just said, Cavs, they kind of blew their shot this year.
Yeah, Bengals were so close 4 years ago, so maybe they can get back there with Burrow. But I hear you, the Blue Jackets are set up for years of success. I'm not saying this coming season. Even before the offseason wasn't going as well as we hoped, I thought I could see them taking a mini step back next year because they just so exceeded expectations. But I think in 2 years from now, 3 years from now, going forward, the Jackets are going to be a big-time problem because you're right, they've got their head coach finally with Evison. Knocked it out of the park with that. Don Waddell as the GM, love that. And I know people are frustrated with the offseason, but sounds like a lot of teams are frustrated with how their offseason went. And all these young players that you mentioned, like Fantilli and Kent Johnson. How about the Russians, with Marchenko and Vronkov? And they've done a great job in the draft. I know Juracek was a bad pick, but it's at least in that same draft, with 12th overall pick, they got Matejchuk. They've hit on most of their draft picks. picks. Hopefully, Lindstrom's going to Michigan State, and then Jackson Smith. We call him Jackson Smith and Jigba. That's really not right. He's going to Penn State. So hopefully those guys step up. If they continue to draft well, I think the Jackets are going to be a big-time problem for years to come. So thanks for the call, Nate. We appreciate it.
Yeah, Nate, very good call. And
Absolutely.
Yeah, and here's the deal for me, though. You got to win a playoff series before we're going to start talking about winning it. Actually, you got to make it to the playoffs before we start talking about the Blue Jackets being one of the teams that I think it would be on the upper side of Ohio teams with a shot to win it all. But we love your opinions on this show. The number is 614-821-9710. We got a Visa gift card, $50 Visa gift card to give out. We've got Hollywood Casino dining credits to give out. I gave my top three most likely Ohio teams next to win a championship, and I went with Bengals 1, I went Cavs 2, and I went OSU Hoops 3. Dave, if you were to rank it 1 through 3, most likely Ohio team to win the championship, what would it be for you 1 through 3?
I'll go Cavs, Bengals, Reds edging out the Jackets because I think the Reds might be a little closer. Not this year. I just want them to have a winning record this year. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year. Really, Scott, I just want them to be over 78 and a half wins.
That's right.
I'm 30 away from that. They have 49 right now.
I love that.
49 down, 30 to go because I could be 70. They could be 79 and 83. And I win that bet.
Gosh.
78 and a half wins for the Reds.
I love that. I love because you were so confident in that bet before the start of the season. And I wish I had followed. I wish I had tailed you. You kept telling me at the casino, hey, come on in. The water is fine. And I didn't do it. I'm mad at myself for not doing it. What I'm not mad about is taking more calls. The phone lines are open. 614-821-9710. Dining credits to the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. How about that $50 Visa gift card? It's all up for grabs. Number 614-821-9710. This is the Fan Collins Show.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, you can choose from top brands like Bennington, South Bay, Crown Line, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Pontoon boats, luxury tri-toon boats, even merch. Open 7 days a week to serve you better. Find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Back to Hollywood Casino Columbus and the ESPN Bet Sportsbook for an all-star game celebration and watch party. When? Tuesday, July 15th. Compete in our home run derby at 7 o'clock for a chance to win an incredible experience at an upcoming Reds game, plus a $250 gift card. So join On the Money's Dave Biddle and me, Scotty Vegas. Compete to win at 7 and enjoy the all-star game at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at 8. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
2 years ago, Bobby Carpenter completed treatments for knee pain at QC Kinetics. So we're checking in with the former college and pro football player to see how he's doing.
I've been asked a lot, like, how long does this last? How long does it work? I go, I've had mine for a couple years, and everything feels very good. It feels just as good as it did when I started to turn the corner.
Bobby's an active husband, dad, and business owner. That's why 2 years ago, he heard about QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments, and he knew he could trust them for his chronic knee pain.
And thankfully, with QC Kinetics, I was able to go through this, and my activities are the same as it was. I'm able to coach my kids in sports. I can play golf. I can go run.
QC Kinetics patients like Bobby don't miss a beat. No surgery or rehab. Just freedom from debilitating joint pain. Ready for lasting relief from joint pain? Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Hey, it's Anthony for Orthopedic One. I'm not invincible anymore. I never was, but I refuse to punt on things I still love to do. That's why over the past several years, when I've had things creep up, like back pain, shoulder issue, elbow problem, I've had it all, I've always chosen Orthopedic One. That's because Orthopedic One is Ohio's largest physician-owned orthopedic practice with 60 physicians in every specialty. Find a physician or location near you at orthopedic1.com. Orthopedic One. This is where you go to get better.
It's hot out. Stay in the house and cool yourself with the sweet sounds of The Fan. You can watch on YouTube or tell your smart speaker to play 97.1 The Fan. It's the equivalent of putting ice cubes down your pants. All right! The Fan.
We could tell you what makes Giant Eagle special, but we think our customers say it best.
I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat.
I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
On every shelf, in every department, we're always going for better because being your Giant Eagle matters.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing. 614-NEW-ROOF. NewmanRoofing.com.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
Save big on everything for your appliance upgrade when you shop at Menards. You need reliable and energy-efficient appliances to conquer the day. Menards is your one-stop shop with the largest in-stock appliance selection ready to take home today. Check out our top appliance brands including KitchenAid, Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and Criterion. Save big money on all appliances at Menards. And check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
We repurpose a lot of the junk we haul away.
Donatables get donated to a family that needs them, and the recyclables get recycled.
And we have enough trucks that we can come the day you call us.
We work to help your neighbors, the planet, and you.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Aaron White with your 10 weather impact forecast here for your Sunday. We're tracking partly cloudy skies here with highs around 87 this afternoon. With the humidity, though, it will feel like it's closer to 90 here for today. Now, we are tracking the chance for a pop-up shower or storm. Otherwise dry, a better chance of showers and storms to rise here tonight into your Monday. High temperatures in the 80s, and we're right back to the 90s here looking ahead to Tuesday and Wednesday. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan. The Fan Calling Show, presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The show that allows you, the sports fan, to be the star.
Is indeed your show. It is the Fan Calling Show, the show where you are the star of the show, and we're going to make Alex the next star. Alex, welcome to the Fan Calling Show. Today we are debating what Ohio sports team is next to win a championship. We are eliminating Ohio State football from the conversation because that would probably be a pretty obvious answer for most people. So eliminating Ohio State football, not talking Crew either because Crew has won one recently. So we're including the Bengals, the Browns, Ohio State Hoops, Cavs, the Reds, the Guardians, the Blue Jackets. Who's the next to win a title? You make your case. And we have a Visa gift card worth $50, or we've got ESPN Bet Sportsbook dining credits to give out. Alex, you're the star. Go ahead and take it away.
Hey,
Alex,
thanks, guys.
yep, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So I'm going to go with the Cavs because I have I think that LeBron is going to, with all that's been going on in L.A., and I saw he was out golfing in Akron a couple of weeks ago. I think he's going to come back to Cleveland here in the next couple of weeks, maybe a month. He tends to be dramatic, and he's going to come back to Cleveland. And I think he is and they're close. They're close. If they add him, I think they could do it. So I'm going to go with Cleveland, and then it'll be LeBron's farewell tour. Maybe I wouldn't if he goes there. I don't know if they do it next year, but then I think he might play 2 more years, maybe either next year or 2 years. I could see Cleveland, the Cavs, doing it if they get LeBron. So I can see that happening. So that's what I wanted to say. Yeah.
Alex, appreciate the call. We're going to hook you up with an ESPN Bet dining credit at Hollywood Casino. We're actually going to be out there. Dave and I are going to be out there on Tuesday, and we can't wait for it. It'll be an all-star game watch party, a home run derby starting at 7 o'clock. And oh, by the way, there's all-you-can-eat crabs. All right. What's your response to that as far as what Alex said as far as the Cavs being one of the most likely teams?
Yeah, that was what I said as well. I mean, it was tough. I had to pick between the Bengals because the Bengals were so close 4 years ago, and if they can just get their defense to be average, because their offensive line, I think they've done a decent job. I don't think it's going to be like a good offensive line, but it's not going to be a complete terrible offensive line. I think it can be a solid offensive line, but with Burrow and those receivers, they have a chance. But I agree. The East is wide open, even more wide open than it was this year with some of the major injuries that players have next year. I think the Cavs, the Magic, I think, are going to be really good. But I think the Cavs have a really good chance of coming out of the East. And if they do that, anything can happen in the finals. So I agree with him. I would go with give them a slight edge over the Bengals.
Yeah, and the Cavs were number 2 on my list. I went Bengals as most likely because of Joe Burrow and locking up Chase. And then number 2 for me was the Cavs. And then I had OSU Hoops at 3. I think we're a long ways off from Browns, Reds, Guardians, Blue Jackets, although people can absolutely make the case, and they have made the case for Reds and Blue Jackets so far on the show. And so let's go back out to the phone lines now, and we're going to talk to Doug. Doug, you are next on the Fan Call-In Show.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, Doug. What's your team most likely to win a championship in the state of Ohio?
I do have the Cleveland Guardians winning the championship next. I think they've had a bumpy road the last couple of years, last 3 years really, and they've exceeded their expectations on those bumpy roads. And this year, it looks like they're kind of losing traction, but I think it's just sort of kind of what you would expect with the bumpy roads with the starting pitchers that we've lost.
Think did he get disconnected? I heard a click. Sorry, are you still there, Doug? We might have lost Doug. Sorry about that, Doug. I hear what you're saying. I feel bad for the Guardians because they are such a well-run organization. I don't feel bad for the fans for that. If they would just spend a little bit more. We know it's a small mark, but they don't even spend as much as the Reds do. Now, the Reds don't spend money wisely. They'll give Jeimer Candelario $45 million guaranteed, and then you're not even halfway through their contract, they release him because he's a bum. And that's, they've done that with other guys too, Mike Moustakas, Akiyama. They continue to have to eat this money. My point is, if the Guardians could just spend about $20 million, $25 million more each year, they could be a big problem, but they're always spending at like Pittsburgh Pirate levels. Just get it up to where the Reds are, and I think the Guardians can. They're always, this year not included, the Guardians are always a good team.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Look, and I'm with you on that. And if we're to go through this list, and again, we're talking about Ohio teams most likely to win a championship next. And the way I'm looking at this list, and of course we're eliminating Ohio State football, we're eliminating Crew for winning championships recently. If you talk about teams that have had the most at-bats over the last 20 years, I mean, you, as far as being close to winning the championship, you'd make the argument with the Guardians, right? Because they've been very close. Now, the Cavs have won it recently, relatively recently. And then you look at the others, the Bengals were in a Super Bowl. Browns haven't been close. OSU Hoops really hasn't been close in over a decade. 2012 was last team that you could probably make the argument of, hey, they had a shot to win it all.
Just get to the Elite Eight, these bums, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Blue Jackets have never been close, and Reds haven't been close in a very, very long time. So I get his argument, Doug's argument, about the Guardians and being one that's at least had close at-bats. All right, let's go back out to the phone lines, and we're going to talk to Jeremiah. Jeremiah, make your case. Next Ohio team to win a title.
I'm going to throw one out there that I thought maybe should have been mentioned and we haven't mentioned yet is the Lady Buckeyes basketball. They seem like they're on the on the precipice about every year. They get a high seed, and something seems to always happen. And I just think they might be the next in line.
Okay, not a bad call there. In fact, we're going to hook you up for bringing one up that we didn't mention. I like that. We're going to hook you up with an ESPN Bet dining credit, $25 to enjoy at the Hollywood Casino Columbus. Your thoughts, Dave, on OSU women's hoop potentially being a national championship contender?
I'm skeptical. Feels like they might have reached their ceiling with McGuff. I hope I'm wrong. They had that real good run a couple years ago with J.C. Sheldon, Cody McMahon when she was a freshman. But now Cody's left. Cody had 1 year left at Ohio State, and she transferred. I don't know. I mean, they're obviously a good team, and McGuff's done a good job there, but it feels like they've reached their ceiling. I'll be surprised if they get to a Final Four, let alone win a national championship. All right, let's get one more call before the break. Let's head out to the phone lines and hear from Caden. Welcome to the show, Caden.
Hey, guys. Good morning. How you doing?
Doing great.
My team, I'm a Browns fan, and it hates me to say this, but my team for this would probably be the Bengals, just because, like, if you look at all the other teams, like, I thought maybe the Cavs, but, I mean, our only franchise player in my mind for that team is Donovan Mitchell, and he's great, but when you look at the Bengals, they have one franchise player at the most important position in the NFL at a quarterback, and then if not the best receiver, top two between him and Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. But, yeah, I think that they've already been to a Super Bowl once, and I could see Joe Burrow 1-1 before his career's over. But, all right, thanks, guys.
Thank you for the call. I love that call, especially it coming from a Browns fan. Only thing would be better if it was like from a Steeler fan, I think. Steeler fans like, we're never going to pick the Bengals to win the Super Bowl, you idiot.
And he's right. I mean, everything Caden said is right. I mean, and we talked about Joe Burrow, and the window for winning a championship is as long as Joe Burrow is there. And he's said that, and he's right. Right? As long as you have the elite of the elite quarterback. Now, the difficulty is, and you've talked about this, in the AFC, you've got four elite quarterbacks. So you got a lot of competition. But, I think the window, as far as all of these teams, we're talking Bengals, Browns, OSU Hoops, Cavs, Reds, Guardians, and Blue Jackets. I think that Caden is right. I think the Bengals probably have the best chance of the next group.
I noticed you left FC Cincinnati off the list.
Did.
They have not won, because you left the Crew off.
I did.
Because they've won 2 MLS Cups this decade, and they also won one back in 2008. I know that's not being factored in. So you're taking the Crew off the table, but I see you leaving FC Cincinnati on there, right? So what do you think about that? They're never going to win one. They better not get up 2 goals against the Crew, or that's going to be that is so funny that happened last night. After that crushing loss for them 2 years ago in the Eastern Conference Finals. Can you imagine that? Imagine you're a huge FC Cincinnati fan and you're up 2-0 at home, Eastern Conference Finals. They had the best record in the regular season that year. So they won what's called the Supporters Shield, and you have your rival Columbus coming down there up 2-0, and they come back and beat you in the Eastern Conference Finals. Then 2 years later, they come into your home stadium and do the exact same thing.
Love it. Love it. One thing I also love is that we are going to continue to take your calls, and we are going to continue to hand out prizes. We are going to take a 2-minute timeout. The phone line, they are open. 614-821-9710. 614-821-9710. Prizes galore the last half hour of the call-in show. That's next on The Money.
Woo! Summer is here, and it's time to plan your style staycation with Bob's Discount Furniture, where you can find everyday low prices on the hottest styles. The comfiest Consumer Reports recommended mattresses, fast, friendly delivery, and flexible financing to fit your budget. Go to mybobs.com for details. So stock up and score everyday low prices, delivered on time all summer long at your nearest store or at mybobs.com.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line, $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement, $999.99 and qualifying forwarded. For well-qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid for below 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Mark your calendars for Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend, July 25th and 26th. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Seller. Wedding Weekend is back with incredible offers you won't want to miss. Enjoy buy one, get one half off wedding bands, 20% off diamond anniversary bands, and 10% off handcrafted custom bridal. We've had the guaranteed best price and an unmatched selection for over 78 years. Choose a jeweler you can trust and come see us July 25th and 26th at Diamond Seller on Salma Road or at Easton Town Center.
1, 2, 3. Here in the Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan. Back to the show of the fans, by the fans, and for these crazy fans. The Fan Call-In Show, presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
So we are on serve early at Wimbledon. We've got a epic matchup where we got Carlos Alcaraz versus Jannik Sinner in the final. Can't wait to follow that. That's going to be fun. And you and I were talking about this during the break, that John McEnroe, we love John McEnroe. As far as analysts for their sports, TV sports analysts, I think he's right up there at the top. I love McEnroe. You know that I love Bill Raftery. Who are like the top 3 or 4 that you love across all of sports, best analysts in their sport?
You'd be hard pressed to find someone who's better than John McEnroe at doing what he does.
Agree.
I mean, he is such a great tennis announcer, and he's so funny. It's so funny. Like, you think about like his persona when he was playing, and it's such a hothead. It's none of that. He's got a great personality. He knows the game backwards and forwards. He just has a very unique and awesome way of explaining things. McEnroe's at the top of the list. I agree with you. I love Raftery.
Who'd be NFL? Who would be your favorite game analyst in the NFL?
Game analyst. I'd have to think about that a little bit.
I actually like Chris Collinsworth. I know a lot of people don't like him. I don't know as far as your opinion as a Bengals fan. You know, maybe there's an extra thing there for you with Collinsworth.
Right. I like Collinsworth personally. I even listened to him back on because I used to love listening to. It's funny that we're doing the show and doing a Collins show. I used to listen to Sports Talk in Cincinnati, WLW, religiously. And it was Bob Trumpy for years, and then Chris Collinsworth took over. And that's kind of how he got a start in media. And he was really good. I'm like, I didn't think Chris Collinsworth would be this good at it. And turns out he was just getting started. So, yeah, Chris Collinsworth being a Bengal, Chris Collinsworth, me growing up like listening to him on the radio, I'll always love Chris Collinsworth. That being said, I understand how he can get on people's nerves a little bit, but I like Collinsworth. I like Aikman. I'm trying to, I don't know if I have one right now that I put above like John Madden.
Oh, we're talking all time. I was talking more current. I agree with you as far as Madden.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. And it's funny, like we're talking about tennis right now. Like Chris Fowler does a great job. I know we're talking about analysts, not play-by-play guys. Chris Fowler does a great job as a play-by-play announcer in tennis. I don't really care for him in college football. And I have a theory. He loves tennis. I get the feeling he doesn't love college football. Maybe all those years doing college game day, his passion for tennis just oozes.
So I think he's terrific at tennis, and I'm lukewarm with him as far as college football.
You think he knows Ohio State's colors yet? Does he still think they're crimson? How do you not know that?
Yeah. So with me, I'm okay with Fowler college football. I think he's really good at tennis, and I think you're right on that. I love McEnroe with tennis. You know, I love Bill Raftery.
I love Kevin Harlan, but he's a play-by-play guy, not like an analyst.
Yeah, Joel Klatt is
lost
good,
me.
Not great.
He's lost me with too many different things. There's too much fake stuff has happened, and then he doesn't go back and admit when he's wrong. So he'll be on his soapbox for a year and a half talking about something, boisterously, right? And then when he's proven wrong, he backtracks. He never mentions, oh, by the way, I was wrong for the last year and a half talking about this.
College football world. And we're going to get back to your calls in just a second. We have Ryan on the line. We're going to get to Ryan next in just a second. But as far as college football analysts, if you could design the, oh, really?
I can't believe
He's
I
your
just
top
said
guy?
that. Jake Butt's really, really, really good. I know. Are we allowed to say nice things about a Michigan guy?
Yeah,
but he's from Ohio.
Columbus.
He's from Columbus. It's not like he turned down Ohio State. They just slow played him and just didn't offer him. I think they finally offered after he committed to Michigan. I had a chance to meet Jake. Jake's a heck of a good guy. He's really, really good.
He is good.
Butt is super. He's a future star.
I've heard a lot of his radio
doubt about
hits
it.
too. I like his personality, outside of just the broadcast booth.
And I'm convinced Jake Butt, he'll never admit this, and I don't blame him. He would have been a Buckeye if the Buckeyes would have offered him early.
Yeah. All right. Our topic today, we are talking about the next Ohio team to win a championship. We, of course, eliminated Ohio State football because that would be almost everybody's obvious answer. We also eliminated the Crew because they've won one recently. So here are the choices. Ohio State hoops. It's the Bengals, the Browns, the Cavs, the Reds, the Guardians, the Blue Jackets. Which team is going to win the next championship in the state of Ohio? Ryan is on the line. Let's go ahead and talk to Ryan. Ryan, make your case.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. So I agree, that, the Cavs and the Bengals, very, very short term, I agree because we can see it, right? But I'll throw this out there. We also talked long term, right? 30, 40 years. But I'll make the case it is so hard to win a championship in any sport that, I'll take a flyer on the Browns, and this is why. If you'd have if anybody said 10 years ago that the Lions were going to be in the conversation, I think everybody would be like, sure, no. But, sure, I'll take a flyer on the Browns. Look, we're going to be bad this year. We're probably going to be bad next year. But, if you're talking the middle term, sure, why not? Because nobody thinks it's going to happen. So,
you make a great point, and I was going to steal your point before you made it. I was going to say, look at the Lions, or even look at the Bengals. I know the Bengals had been to 2 Super Bowls before that, but no one thought the Bengals were going to get back to a Super Bowl. The Lions is a perfect example, though. If the Lions can do it, why can't the Browns do it? And you're right, it won't be this coming year. It probably won't even be next year. But in the NFL, you can turn it around fast. You guys got to find the right quarterback. I know, easier said than done. But, I think in next year's draft, you guys can find your quarterback of the future. It's a good QB draft. And as we know, you can turn it around fast in the NFL. Even the Buffalo Bills, after they had their 4 losses in the Super Bowl, they were pretty bad for many years, with some exceptions. And then you get Josh Allen. Look what happens.
Ryan just made a case for the Browns and the Super Bowl. And so for doing that, Ryan, we are going to hook you up with the $50 Visa gift card here on the Call-In Show. We appreciate you call, and thanks for calling in. Okay, let's go through this, I guess, Dave. Let's go through this list of different teams in the state of Ohio and kind of assess them over the next 40 years and their chances to do it.
40 years, we're going 40.
Yeah, we're going to go our lifetime. Yeah. We're 40. Let's say we are lucky enough to make it to 80 years old.
Okay. The chances are against me, I think.
All right, let's first start out Bengals. Okay. We're talking about this as far as Joe Burrow now, for you would assume gives you the window of the next 8 to 10 years, right? Nearly a decade. I feel like in the next decade, the Bengals get it done with Joe Burrow at least once.
Good. That's all I want. I want one in my lifetime. I just want one. I want one more Ohio State football. I've got a chance to see 3. I don't want to be too greedy. I'd like to see 3 more, but I just want to see one more Ohio State national championship. I want to see the Bengals get a Super Bowl title. And listen, I'd love to see the Blue Jackets one day. And I really believe we're talking well in the future. I'm telling you, I know we talked a lot about cap space this year and it didn't work out. I get it. But they're set up well in the future. They only have 2 years left of this terrible Elvis contract. So that's good. They eventually can get out of that. The young core that they have mixed with, I think, a very good front office now, good head coach, and money to spend. I think the Jackets in a few years could be a big problem in the NHL.
You think there's a higher likelihood that the Blue Jackets win the Stanley Cup in the next 40 years than Ohio State Hoops wins the national championship?
Yeah, I'd love to see the odds, but I imagine because there's so many less teams. Now, you could argue there's only a certain amount of college basketball teams that really have a chance. You can't say there's 350 teams that have a chance. Really, I don't think Wright State has a chance to win the national title. I don't know if they have a chance to finish in the top half of the Horizon League. So, yeah, I would say yes, because there's so many less teams. Even if you take out all the teams that have absolutely no chance in college basketball, you still could have a team rise up and make a deep run. Yeah, I'll say the Jackets have a better chance of winning the Stanley Cup than Ohio State men's basketball does of winning the national championship.
I'm surprised by that answer out of you because I'm the complete opposite. I think Ohio State hoops has the better shot. And part of me, Dave, is, gosh, it's so hard to make an argument when they have one playoff series win in franchise history.
Right.
So it's so hard for me because we've at least seen Ohio State basketball get that at bat within the last 25 years, right? We've seen it where Ohio State was in a national championship game. They were in multiple Final Fours. So that's part of it for me. The other part of it for me is I feel like it's so much easier to go out, recruit two guys in basketball, have two stars, and then kind of have a few good role players around them. So let's say you had two guys come back. So could have gone to the NBA, but they come back for one more season. And then you've recruited well and you got good role players. I feel like it's easier to build a team, a championship team in college basketball than it would be for hockey. That's just kind of my opinion.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, you could definitely, and that's
two
another
stars.
reason. Yeah, exactly. And look at Odin Conley, right?
Right.
I mean,
yes.
And I know, and listen, they've had their share of top picks since then. I mean, you look at Evan Turner was after that number 2 overall pick. D'Angelo Russell, number 2 overall pick. There's been other guys that have been first-round picks that were probably really? He was a first-round pick? You almost forget, now, Malachi Branham had a really good year, his 1 year, but he was a first-round pick. Sensabaugh was a first-round pick. B.J. Mullins was a first-round pick. Kufis was a first-round pick. They've had a lot of them leaving guys out, too. They've had a lot of guys that were drafted, but, yeah, it's been since Odin Conley where they landed just those two studs that can turn you around right away. Could Ohio State still do that in this landscape? They've really gone – they've even said, football's king here. We always knew it was. But to hear the university president say that, to hear the athletic director just put it out there, football is king, is Ohio State ever going to be in the position again to get two studs like that?
The great thing about this debate, and again, we are talking about next Ohio team to win a championship, excluding Ohio State football, excluding the crew, is there's a lot of different answers to this. As far as the calls we've probably taken about 10 calls, and we've had just about a case for every single one of the teams.
Yes.
And so I'm really curious because we're going to go back out to the phone lines now and hear what Roger has to say. Roger, what team do you believe has the best chance to win the next Ohio championship?
I think Cincinnati Reds got a good chance. They got a good pipeline. As long as we can get rid of the Castellinis as ownership, which I think is long term. So if we can get rid of the Castellinis as ownership, I think we got a good chance of winning a championship.
I love it, man. I hope you're right. Here's the thing, man. The Castellini, it's so convoluted with them owning the team because there's really they're the majority owner, but it's not a big percentage. I want to say the Castellinis and the Johnsons together, or the Williams, excuse me, own around 25% of the team combined. And they have all these others, 30 different people that are minority owners. So they all have to get on the same page and sell. I don't think that's going to happen, but I tell you what, bringing Tito in, that said a lot to me. I don't think he'd come in here unless he really believed in this team that they were going to spend some money. So I hope you're right, man. I'd love to see the Reds win it.
Yeah, I appreciate the call. We've had arguments for just about everybody. We've heard arguments about the Bengals. We've heard someone call in and say the Browns would be the next Ohio team to win a championship. We've heard Cavs because of how well they've been playing recently. We just had a Reds call. We've had a Guardians call. We've had even a Blue Jackets call. And we had an OSU women's basketball call. Yes.
You're the only one saying Ohio State men's basketball.
But I put them as number 3 on my list.
I'm just kidding.
I had Bengals at 1.
I was surprised about the women's basketball.
Yeah. But I love that we have so many different opinions on what's the next team. All right, phone line's still open. 614-821-9710. We got one segment left. We still have another dining credit to give out to the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. This is the Fan Call-In Show.
We're the highest rated sports radio station in America. There's no joke there. We just are. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify. Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? It's all here, only with Spectrum TV Select. Popular apps are included: Disney Plus, Max, Peacock Premium, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. And live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. Enjoy across your devices no matter when or where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
Get Eco.
ECO. Aaron, you know that complete HVAC system we sell for $12,000?
Yeah, it's for homes that are 1,600 square feet or less.
How big is 1,600 square feet?
3 bedroom, 2.5 bath. Those homes are what America is made of.
Get Eco.
ECO. Other companies are charging $15,000 to $18,000 for that same system.
Yeah, I know.
And if your family doesn't need a new furnace, Eco will replace the AC component for just $8,500. Why are we doing this?
Nurses, police officers, office workers, firefighters, and school teachers live in those houses, Jerry.
The people that America is made of live in the houses that America is made of.
We're just doing what we can to restore balance to the universe, Jerry.
Get Eco.
ECO. When a person is doing well, they're making money. But when they're doing good, they're helping others.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
We're bringing balance to the universe.
Go to geteco.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Looking to launch a career in the skilled trades but don't know where to begin? Part-time service in the Ohio Army National Guard can help. You can kickstart your career by enlisting in one of our many trades-based jobs. Get paid to learn these skills and gain on-the-job training when you report to your unit 1 weekend a month or 2 weeks in the summer. To learn how the Guard can pay for your civilian trade certification, visit nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard in coordination with the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Morning Juice is now live on YouTube. Join Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Thidoff weekday mornings from 6 to 8.
Just search 971 The Fan to catch the live experience or watch on demand.
The Fan.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use law enforcement siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention, like telling you if you get a speeding ticket, it doesn't end there. You have to pay expensive fines. You can't go to your friend's wedding because that also costs money. And your insurance rates could increase. See, we didn't have to use law enforcement sirens after all. Getting a speeding ticket has consequences. Sooner or later, speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Hi, I'm Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers.
And I'm his very overpaid celebrity endorser, Common Man. Bob, I heard somewhere, actually from you many, many times, that Worthington Jewelers is where Columbus gets engaged.
It's too bad you and Timmy can't engage the audience.
Good zing, Bob.
If you're thinking of popping the question, there's only one place to go.
Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com. Tell them Common Man sent you.
You know that thing you've always been too scared to go for? It seems like you'll never have the guts. Then a cancer diagnosis. And doing that thing becomes way less scary. I would know. I've always wanted a black belt. And today, the only thing standing in my way is a few wooden boards. It's been a lot of hard work and 5 years since I beat cancer at Ohio Health. Bring it on. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
Lindsay Automotive is Central Ohio's big certified pre-owned outlet. LindsayCertified.com makes it easy to find the right car at the right price. All models include certified warranties and inspections, new car financing, and more.
Up to 1,000 pre-owned to choose from.
No matter what kind of vehicle you're looking for, Lindsay has it. Cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. You'll love the shopping experience, whether online or in person.
Shop LindsayCertified.com.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Ever want to be a radio star?
It's all about the radio.
on the air.
The radio's all yours now.
This is the show for you. This is the Fan Call-In Show, presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
So many great calls today. We appreciate everyone calling into the Fan Call-In Show. And we are going to be doing a little event, you and I, on Tuesday night. We can't wait for this. This is out at Hollywood Casino Columbus, and we invite all of you to come out Tuesday night, starting at 7 o'clock. We are going to have a home run derby where the winner of the home run derby, and what we're doing it on is a Super Nintendo game. So it's not like you need to be an expert gamer to come out and participate in this home run derby. And what you do is we are going to do it on the Ken Griffey Jr. Super Nintendo baseball game. All you have to do is hit B at the right time, hit as many home runs as you can. They're actually going to cast it on the gigantic screen at the casino, and the winner gets 4 field level tickets to a Reds game next month. And we are also going to be giving out a $250 gift card. By the way, Tuesday night also is all you can eat crab legs at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. So it's a heck of a day, and we can't wait. We hope you will come out and join us. It's going to be so much fun. And Dave, as far as the All-Star game goes, the Major League Baseball All-Star game is really the only All-Star game now in professional sports that I really watch. I mean, the rest to me, the flag football in the NFL, no thanks. NHL, no thank you. To me, the Major League Baseball game, the All-Star game on Tuesday is the one that I still pay attention to.
Yeah, and still not like what it used to be, obviously, now that we have interleague play, and I've had that for a long time, but it's still the best. Like, I used to like the NBA All-Star game when I was a kid. I haven't watched that in years. I used to, because Jordan was my favorite player. He would take it completely serious, like even on the defensive end, right? I mean, they wanted to win so bad, and that's how it was in baseball too. You have Pete Rose as the best example, taking out Ray Fosse at the plate, knocking him out. Really affected his career. He was at Ray Fosse, who still had a decent career after that, but it shows you how much things have changed. You're not going to see Tuesday night somebody taking out the catcher, for example, but it's still the best, American versus national. I'm glad they don't do that gimmick anymore that they had for a few years, where the winner of the All-Star game of that league then had home field advantage in the All-Star game, or excuse me, in the World Series.
Yeah.
I thought that was a bridge too far. But yeah, man, it's going to be a lot of fun being out there, not just because of the all-you-can-eat crab legs, although that's a big reason I'm excited.
Yeah, so that is going to be a blast. 7 o'clock Tuesday night. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. We can't wait to see a lot of you out there competing in the Super Nintendo Home Run Derby at 7, and then the All-Star game. We're going to watch that together at 8. Throughout the show today, we were debating back and forth what's the next Ohio team to win a championship, and we excluded Ohio State football because that would be too easy of an answer. We also excluded the Crew because they've won one recently as well. So our debate was Bengals, Browns, OSU Hoops, Cavs, Reds, Guardians, Blue Jackets next to win a championship. And your argument was for the Cavs. I said that for me, because of Joe Burrow, it's the Bengals as my most likely. Nate, we haven't gotten your opinion yet. We've taken calls throughout the entire show. We had just about an argument for every one of them. Nate, what would your argument be?
I think the East is wide open for the Cavs to win next year, and so I'm going with the Cavs.
Okay, good call. Yeah, I mean, I think the Cavs make sense because they were so good in the regular season this last year.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think they're the favorite, again, to be the 1 seed. Now, hopefully they can get all the way, at least to the finals, if they are the 1 seed. I do think the Orlando Magic are going to be really good this coming year. But, yeah, I mean.
The Pacers are out now, and so are the Celtics.
Exactly. And the Bucks are kind of, I don't know. I mean, yeah.
And the Knicks are the Knicks.
Yeah, exactly. I just think it's the Cavs one. I would, if I had to pick a runner-up in the East, it would be the Magic. And if you're one of those teams like in the West, it's like the 10th best team, like, can we move to the East? Trust me, I know how you guys feel. That's how I feel being in the AFC in football, especially the AFC North. But yeah, man, hopefully the Cavs can get it done. And the Bengals, they were my close runner-up because, you know, with Burrow, as he says himself, as you pointed out, like the window is his career. They got there 4 years ago. They were close 3 years ago. They got the AFC Championship game, gave the Chiefs a great game. So if their defense under Al Golden can just be league average. I don't even need it to be like a great defense. A league average defense, which is light years from where they were last year, Scott. I think the Bengals can perhaps get there this year.
Just get rid of Zach Taylor.
Yeah, no kidding.
Now, you did depress me a little bit this hour when I asked you, will Ohio State hoops win a national championship in my lifetime? We said lifetime 40 years, give or take, 15, 20 years on that number. But you said you did not think Ohio State hoops in the next 40 years wins a national
Reverse
championship.
psychology.
I do believe they do. You said that the Blue Jackets do win a Stanley Cup in the next 40 years, right? And I said, I'm kind of on the fence on that.
I said if I had to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
I don't know necessarily that I would say yes to either, but if I had to pick one or the other, I'd say the Jackets have a better chance of winning the Stanley Cup. Less teams. I'm talking about teams that actually have a chance to begin a college basketball season, not all 100 or 350 teams, but less teams in the NHL, and I love this young core that they have. And they got plenty of money to spend, too.
Well, we appreciate all the calls today. By the way, we are back on serve in the first set at Wimbledon. Alcaraz and Sinner, 4-4. First set, a lot of fun. Can't wait to watch the rest of that. I also can't wait to listen to the next show on The Fan, which is, of course, Fan Sports Sunday, hosted by Dylan and Cole. Thank you so much for all the calls on the call-in show. For Dave Biddle, for Nate Puderbaum, I'm Scotty Vegas. This is the Fan Call-In Show.
Oh, hey, the best football team in the country's on the best radio station in the country. Congratulations, Buckeyes. Here's to 100 more years together. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Hey, it's Anthony for Orthopedic One. I'm not invincible anymore. I never was, but I refuse to punt on things I still love to do. That's why over the past several years, when I've had things creep up, like back pain, shoulder issue, elbow problem, I've had it all, I've always chosen Orthopedic One. That's because Orthopedic One is Ohio's largest physician-owned orthopedic practice with 60 physicians in every specialty. Find a physician or location near you at orthopedic1.com. Orthopedic One. This is where you go to get better.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of Veteran County Veterans Service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment, facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
Back to Hollywood Casino Columbus and the ESPN Bet Sportsbook for an all-star game celebration and watch party. When? Tuesday, July 15th. Compete in our home run derby at 7 o'clock for a chance to win an incredible experience at an upcoming Reds game, plus a $250 gift card. So join On the Money's Dave Biddle and me, Scotty Vegas. Compete to win at 7 and enjoy the all-star game at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at 8. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway and refresh the vibe with 69-cent large big Coke drinks. Get 69-cent large big Coke drinks at Speedway with Speedy Rewards. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Just heard Brandon Beam bragging about finally beating me in golf. Cute story. Let's set the record straight. I lost my 50 pounds with a Waken 180 first. Brandon saw my results, heard about my golf game, and thought, hey, I better do that too. Sure, Beam had some decent drives last weekend, but who carried the team when the shots really mattered? If your goal is to walk 18, drop 5 pant sizes, reduce your medications, just do exactly what I did. First, choose the solution for weight loss. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing.